What's up? What's up, guys? Good Friday afternoon. Just got done watching SmackDown. You know, let you all know this is also on my main channel, not just the wrestling channel, my main channel, AWO, in order. It's on my main channel too, guys. Let you all know this will be a double stream, both channels. So make sure to like and subscribe and share, because this is a very important topic if you're a wrestling fan, obviously. And also more of a ethics, morality kind of person if you're into that kind of stuff. Okay? And you see my thumbnail. What my my thumbnail is about WWE and being up for sale, possibly be owned by somebody else other than VK Vincent McMahon, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, VKM Vincent Kennedy McMahon. There's a strong possibility that could happen this year or next year, whatever how long a sale process will take. And we got a bit of a scare. Was it Tuesday night? Yeah, Tuesday night was a bit of a scare about WWE. Okay, was a really big. It was the wrestling world, the wrestling universe was buzzing, and not in a positive way. Really, not in a positive way. Apparently, you know, WWE was sold. Apparently, it was a done deal. But don't think it was a done deal. What a report says it was a done deal. And there's some people that back up, and there's some people say, no, this is not true. And it turns out the next day it's not true. It's not true. WWE has not been sold to anybody. Now, doesn't mean they're not for sale, because they clearly are. They clearly are for sale. That's a fact. They just haven't been sold. And now, the rumor person who might have bought, not person or whatever, or people that might have bought WWE, apparently I would rumor that bought it, that WWE sold it to, that turned out to be false, was Saudi Arabia regime. And Saudi Arabia has dipped into the sports world, obviously, right? They started up their own professional golf league that's trying to compete with the PGA. What's it called? The Live Golf Series. It's a bunch of golf players. Hey Vortex, and there's some very very well known golf players like Bryson DeChambeau, who's in Live. You also got Sergio Garcia. He's kind of well known. Justin Johnson, Bro Capia. He came back to sell it. Also, there's Phil Mickelson in this Live, and these guys basically sold out to join these golf people, athletes. Bubba Watson sold out whatever moral and ethics for this league that the Saudis created. Okay? Which I'm not a pro of. Hey Vortex. Okay? Now, the news is, here's the thing. Mr. Man has every right every right because he does have majority power to put himself back in charge. He's allowed to do that. He's allowed to do that, and he has he could overpower anybody. So I know it doesn't seem right, but he really legally has the power. Like, but legally and ethically is two different things. Legal and ethics, okay, it's two different things. And so that's what he did. As of last week, came back. He can't get away from WWE. Came back. Some of the board members left, and he appointed new board members and left with them. That left with them back in the mid of 2022 because of all those stuff that came out with McMahon and his, infidelity and his, all that stuff. And he's been accused of hush money before, and he's been accused of stuff like this with women back to the 80s, all the way back to the 80s. Okay. And here's the thing: sell it to the Saudis. No, she resigned, and she just had ankle surgery. They're not clickbait. And so, and where was I? That was last week. This week, and last week is coming back to sell. This week is looking to sell. And the Saudi stuff was, and the people report it as a done deal, and it's apparently not even true, not even close. And there were some recognizable names in the wrestling dirt sheets who reported that. They should be ashamed of themselves to do their due diligence. Because I know, because that could hurt your credibility. It was Arnie Huali who basically said, no, it's not true. And if it did sell to the Saudis, what would it have done? The Saudis would have made WWE private. It's a public company. It would have made it private. And so once you make a company private, basically you could get away almost with anything, okay? And so Vince McMahon could have got away with anything, basically. If you make stuff private, you could just, things could just go away. And you're not getting in trouble at all, okay? And to me, if that's the case, then that means he's definitely guilty of stuff, okay? He's definitely guilty. But that's not the case. And if he's did sell to the Saudis, yeah, no shareholders, exactly, Daniel, exactly. He has to answer those people. And that's the case, in the Saudis did buy, the whole landscape of WWE could change. You cannot see certain superstars on TV. Like Sami Zayn, who's one of the hottest, is one of the hottest superstars right now, one of the hottest storylines going. And if you watch wrestling, WWE, he does not go to the Saudi shows because of his Syrian heritage, hierarchy. And his buddy is Kevin Owens. I know on a storyline right now on TV, they're feuding, but they're backstage in real life. And kayfabe, they're, right? When they're not in character, they're best friends. And they've been best friends for decades. And he supports Sami Zayn, and he doesn't go to the Saudi shows. In fact, John Cena doesn't go to the Saudi shows either. And I bet you Saudi Arabia would love John Cena participate in their mega shows. But he doesn't go because John Cena wants to protect his image. His image as Hollywood is important to him. Okay? And also, they wouldn't want a woman in power, the Saudis. I don't know what to do to LGBTQ community, how they would treat them, because there are gays, bis, whatever. I don't know if in WWE, for example, Sonya Deville and others, for example, are not straight, and and things are different in Saudi Arabia, and they might want to impose their beliefs in the workplace. And And if that's the case, I should ask these superstars just to walk out. I know, walk out. And apparently, that was the case. If they did sell to the Saudis, the superstars, I don't know who, but some of the superstars were willing to walk out on WWE. Okay? So I know the Saudis have tons of money, but the optics will not look good. That would be Vince McMahon selling out any sense of morality, ethics, anything to do with ethics, anything like that. That's him selling out. Okay? Him showing not care. Actually, no. Because it's happened before. Neville's done it. He didn't get sued. Sasha Banks and Naomi did it. They're not getting sued. They don't get sued. They may not get paid, but they may not get sued. It's happened before and they don't get sued. Now, let's look at these other contenders in this race. Potentially buying WWE. Exactly. Here's some contender. That's it's just that Vince McMahon is destined to destroy his own company. Okay, it's just if he sells to the Saudis. Here's the thing. Look at all these other companies that are potentially in the running. Amazon, yes, Amazon's wealthy, lots of money, but Amazon will not buy WWE. I don't think they're really in the running. I don't think they're really interested. I don't think Amazon would be interested in WWE personally. Okay? They have Amazon Prime, right? And that's basically it, really. I just don't think Amazon. I think Amazon is not going to be interested in WWE. And I don't think Netflix would be interested in WWE. I think you could take Amazon and Netflix out of the picture with interest in WWE. I think definitely those two are not serious candidates. Okay. Definitely Netflix. And I know Amazon Prime has the NFL and stuff, and people don't really like watching the NFL on Amazon. Oh, we're gonna get to that, man. We're gonna get to that. Okay. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I hate watching sports on a computer, on a laptop, or wherever. It's not that fun, honestly. On a streaming service, it's not great. It's not great. So take it from experience, okay? Okay. Now we got Disney. Now, pretty a Monday. I know everybody was all hyped up for the Ant-Man trailer during the bowl game on Monday, right? It was on ESPN. ESPN is owned by Disney. Obviously, they would show the Ant-Man trailer on the ESPN bowl game show because ESPN is owned by Disney. So it makes sense to show the trailer during the bowl game. Common sense, okay? Common sense. And not talking Super Bowl, I'm talking about college football, the national championship. So it makes sense for them to show the Ant-Man trailer during that game because of, like I said, it's an ESPN game owned by Disney. So apparently, Nick Khan, who wants a lot of stuff for WWE, especially with TV, stuff like that, okay? All that stuff. And he's really, really well liked. And I started that, and I'm tired of being followed by people, these bots on Twitter. Okay? So apparently, Nick Khan met with Bob Iger, who's just been back as CEO as Disney, right? Back as CEO as Disney. And the person who's in charge of ESPN, who is the head of the ESPN, right? I forget his name. You got like, each studio has their own head from Disney. Marvel has Feige, Lucasfilms has Kathleen Kennedy. This at the football game, they met with the guy head of ESPN. Okay, the sports network. And look, there's whispers out there that Disney is looking to sell ESPN. I don't know. Nobody's debunked that or really if there's any smoke to that, if there's any fire to that smoke. Okay. So they met. Now, Disney could definitely afford WWE. Now, WWE, apparently the value of WWE is between 7 and 10 billion, which is surprising. Okay. I thought it'd be a little less than that, but okay, that's not the point. And obviously Disney could afford that. Okay. Disney could afford to pay that for WWE. The thing with Disney is, I don't think the ratings would change in terms of TV 14, PG 13. I think it'll still be the same. Okay? It will still be the same. Will not be. Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah. Well, nothing will change in terms of TV ratings. In terms of, it will still be the same. Okay? That's not point. My point is, and I think creative will still be the same. I still think if Disney did buy WWE, Triple H and some others will still stay on. They would want to keep Triple H running, especially the creative side of things. Storylines, creative character creation, stuff like that, all of that. I think that we want to keep Triple H, right? In that capacity to run the creative side of things. I think obviously that's the case. But my point with Disney is not about it's not about the in-ring stuff. It's about the out-of-ring stuff. And what I mean by out-of-ring is where you're going to watch it on. Okay? Because WWE is on Fox for SmackDown every Friday, and every Monday is Raw. On Tuesdays on USA, and NXT is on Tuesdays for USA. Monday Night Raw, USA Monday. NXT is Tuesday, USA. And Friday is on Fox. And then in America, the whole streaming service, they got Peacock. And that's a whole new can of worms here that could affect a possible sale to Disney. Okay? Okay? The thing is, Fox and USA, Raw and SmackDown deals are up next year in 2024. Okay? And WWE, a year ahead, would like to get the rights, would like to negotiate a new deal to stream their shows, right? Right? And continue showing their shows on those channels. But let's say if Disney comes along, would Disney want that? Was Disney willing to make a deal with USA? USA is owned by NBC, Universal, Comcast, right? And Fox. And while Disney has Fox assets, they don't own Fox Sports, okay? They really don't own all Fox, okay? And that's my point. Okay? Now, let's say if that's the case, Disney might not want that, may not want that, okay? They might want to put Raw on ABC, okay? Because I believe ABC is owned by Disney, okay? Or they might want to put SmackDown on ABC, okay? Or USA on ABC. And they would have to talk with Comcast about the streaming service, because what they want to keep, if they own WWE, do they want to keep the WWE content on Peacock, or would they rather move it to ESPN, or put on Disney Plus? Have Disney Plus. You see all the sections. You see the Marvel section, Pixar, Star Wars. You see that? Maybe they want to do something. If they did that, they may want to do something like that. Have a WWE section and have like a catalog for all this WWE stuff and WCW stuff. They get all that. Okay. Okay, so I could definitely see Disney buying it. It's just that they have to do a lot of maneuvering with how they're going to show it. Okay, because obviously, if they did buy it, I don't think they want their content on Peacock. Okay, wrestling content on Peacock. They want to move it to Disney Plus. And what they would do, and look, Peacock's only in the States. WWE Network and Peacock's only in the States. In Canada, we still got the WWE Network. So, but we got Disney Plus in Canada, and some other countries got Disney Plus. So what they would do is basically want to move. If Disney bought it, they probably want to move all the WWE stuff onto Disney because basically almost every country has Disney Plus. Not every country has Peacock. Okay? It has a whole catalog network. That's what I see Disney would do if they did buy it. Okay? As Disney likes to do that. Okay? Okay? Now, and they could do a lot of cross promotion and stuff with Disney you know, they lost superstars like Marvel. I'm telling you, the lost superstars in WWE like Marvel, so they can always promote the Marvel stuff if Disney does something. And I know Becky Lynch had a scene in a Marvel movie that was cut. I forgot which movie, but she did apparently film a scene for a Marvel movie. It was cut. It was not in the final film, and that's a fact. It was Eternals. It was for Eternals. Now I remember. It was for Eternals. Obviously. And you obviously got Sasha Banks and Mando. Unfortunately, like Sasha Banks, she's Mercedes now. Money. Okay. Now let's move to AEW. Yes, there are stories of AEW. The cons pointing interest in WWE. Now, this could make wrestling a monopoly again. I mean, you got other wrestling companies out there, Impact, MLW, New Japan, but they're definitely not on the scale, the prestige of AEW or WWE in terms of, power, finance, in terms of money and stuff, what they can offer you. They can't give superstars this kind of contract, okay? This money and this time and this kind of recognition because AEW and WWE are both on primetime TV, where Impact is literally on YouTube. And MLW, I don't know where the hell you can find MLW. In New Japan, yeah. Okay? But AEW would definitely make a monopoly in WWE. But you know what? I would love to see it, actually. I honestly would love to see it. AEW and WWE work together. And AEW does own Ring of Honor. But the thing is, how would AEW work this? Okay? Look, AEW Dynamite and Rampage are both on TNT and TBS. Warner Bros. Discovery. Now, Warner Bros. Discovery ain't looking to buy WWE, okay? As you know, their financial situation is in debt, right? So they're not going to buy WWE. You see, on YouTube, exactly my point. See, it doesn't help. Okay? And the thing is, they don't own AEW. They just have a deal with them, right? So technically, they don't own them. It's not like a WCW situation where WCW did technically was owned by Ted Turner. Okay? It's not like that. And once the deal is up with Warner Bros. Discovery, Warner Bros. Discovery can decide, you know what? We're done. We appreciate our relationship. We're doing business with you, but we're not gonna have time on our time slot for your shows. And AEW will just go look for another station, another channel, another company to air their shows, obviously, right? Now, if they did get WWE, they would want the deal in place like WWE was to have Raw and SmackDown and NXT. And they wanted to negotiate Dynamite and Rampage to be back on Warner Bros. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Football does it, right? Sports do it. Football's on ESPN, Fox, right? Amazon. Sports do it all the time. They're not all on one station, right? They're all on different stations. So you could do that if WWE and WWE is doing that right now, obviously, and AEW is not. But they could do that. They could do that if they bought WWE. The cons have tons of money, but the thing is, what would they? The rosters would be too huge. Would they just keep like the WWE if they did this? Would they just keep the WWE roster just on WWE programming and AEW roster on just an AEW or Ring of Honor on their programming? Not ever having them like get involved with each other. Like it'd be such overcrowded, right? It'd be so damn overcrowded. And well, I know they want to be interested because I know especially Tony's a huge wrestling fan. I just don't think it's gonna happen with AEW. I think you're gonna see it as a monopoly, and as Khan's getting greedy. And I think this might be the most likely candidate if they did get sold. Okay? And it's gonna be a short stream. But I kind of agree with Daniel Martin, okay? Because NBC Universal and Peacock, they already have WWE Network in the States. They would not need to change anything internationally because in Canada, we don't get Peacock, but we do get the WWE Network. They would not have to change that at all. They don't, right? With Disney, we do get it, okay? So it's a little different with Disney, okay? They do have on USA Network, for Raw and NXT. SmackDown used to be on the USA Network, but as in 2019, in October 2019, it went to Fox. And I see if Comcast does the NBC Universal Peacock, if they do get WWE and they do buy it, definitely they're not going to be up a deal with Fox, man. They're going to bring SmackDown back to USA, okay? They're not going to. Why do that? Why have them show their product on a different company's network? They'll just bring back on USA Network. They'll try to find a time slot for it on Fridays, or they might do it a different day if they own it. They don't necessarily have to keep it on Fridays, right? SmackDown. Remember, SmackDowns were like don't specifically have it. Remember they don't have a specific days like Raw does. Raw was always on Monday night. SmackDown's been moved around a lot. It used to be Tuesdays and Fridays and Thursdays, and they were always taped shows. In the beginning, Thursdays there was a SmackDown, but those were always taped on Tuesdays. And then years later, they went to live on Tuesdays in 2016, and then went back to Friday. So unlike Raw, SmackDown really didn't have a definite day. Okay, Raw was always on Mondays, but as a for sure thing that if Universal buys WWE, SmackDown is not going. They're not going to be negotiate with Fox to air SmackDown. SmackDown's going to be on the USA Network. Okay, that's just a fact. Like, there's no point. There was really no point. Okay, unless Fox pays them a lot of money, and maybe that's the case. Okay. And here's the thing. Here's the thing with Disney. If Disney does buy WWE, there's gonna be a lot of people joking and may not like it. Okay, I can tell you that. Like, I would say, I'm gonna end this in a few minutes. I think Amazon's out. I don't think Amazon's in the running. I don't think Netflix is in the running. I don't think Warner Brothers is in the running. Okay. I know for a fact someone told me Kevin Feige of Disney does like wrestling. He's a fan of wrestling. Okay. But that doesn't really mean anything. Anybody's a fan of wrestling. I mean, I know there's Chris Hemsworth's a fan of wrestling too. But it doesn't really mean anything. But if Bob Iger did talk, if Bob Iger and Nick Khan talked about WWE at the bowl game, maybe Bob Iger is a fan of wrestling. Maybe. But there's gonna be a lot of people be like, well, this might be bad for WWE. It might be bad. They're gonna make it too kid friendly. No, they're not. They're not gonna make it kid friendly, guys. I guarantee you, if Disney did buy WWE, the in-house stuff, the creative aspect, I think it will stay the same as now. Okay, I think they'll keep people in charge who write creative. The people that's in creative now, they'll keep. Triple H will still be. I think they'll keep Triple H on, and if they want to keep NXT, to keep Shawn Michaels on, they would not want to do a reboot. They would not want to do like not a reboot, a clean house. Okay. When they took over Lucasfilms, they didn't clean house. They kept Kennedy on, right? And look, when they did Kevin Feige for MCU Marvel, perfect guy. And you know what? Triple H is still the perfect guy to run creative. They're not gonna get rid of Triple H if they do buy WWE. They're not gonna fire Triple H or the other wrestlers are now agents, or whatever, trainers. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna keep them on, right? They're not gonna clean house. You could go agree with me on that, right? It'd be stupid. That'd be really, really stupid. My point is, I'm okay with anybody buying it except the Saudis, okay? I do not, and I'll tell you this: if the Saudis do buy it, and if I do see some change that is not positive change, and I do see some aspects of it not being going in the right direction, and stuff like that, I'm done with WWE. Okay, I'm done. I can't stand for that stuff. And I know I'm like said on other streams, especially with Ezra Miller and all that stuff, and Amber Heard. I'm gonna still go see Flash. I'm still gonna see Flash, Aquaman. But this is different. To me, this is different. To me, this is bigger than that. Okay, really. This is taking stuff I really, really love. Well, I say I love it for over 20 years, 25 years, and flush it down the drain because of because of Vince McMahon's ego maniac. Old age, not really, only caring about money, selling out. If you sell to the Saudis, anybody has in a way, right? With the 2 events every year, but only having selling it to them, that's the cake right there. Okay. I can't. So I don't care if Netflix buys it. Fine. Okay. Warner Brothers buys it. Fine. And I know people go, Warner Brothers won't know what to do with it. I'll still take them over to Saudis. Okay. Even if it's shitty wrestling, at least some of the stuff Warner Brothers will probably keep will not be what the Saudis will probably do. Okay. I mean, Disney buys okay. I'm saying I'm okay with any company buying except Saudis. Okay. That's it. That's it. Basically, that's all I have to say about that, man. As I know it's a short stream, I really wanted to get this off my chest. I know it's on both of my channels. I did it on purpose because I think this is more than just a wrestling kind of thing, right? Just because it is mainstream. This stuff, WWE is mainstream. So is AEW. In fact, AEW was in LA. Well, they are probably going to put it on Disney. Yeah. Because they would not want to keep, if Disney just buy it, they don't want Peacock to have the catalog, the content, obviously. And so what I'm saying was, AEW was in LA and they had Freddie Prinze Jr. was in the crowd and they have Ken Jeong in the crowd. It was pretty fun. But whatever. And God, can you imagine if they just sell? And John Cena, yeah, whatever. Take care, guys. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. And tomorrow on my main channel, Pop Culture Channel, talking Spider-Man villains at nighttime. Okay? What I mean by that, it's a discussion. What Spider-Man villains will MCU use and Sony use? You can speculate and suggest. Okay? We'll go into details of that tomorrow. But take care, guys.